All right, so we just wrapped up with the ball bounce kind of going up and down here. We just finished up with that. So the next step here, we're going to go through and start thinking about arcing our ball. But first, I want to think about our frames per second. So if I'm kind of tweaking with these frames per second, normal animation is about 24. That's just hand-drawn animation. But if I jack it all the way up here to 60, which is 30 to 60 is computer animation, or even all the way up into like game animation, that's going to be way too fast. 12 is of course half speed, so that's way too slow, right? So we're going to stick to 24. But you can see how your frames per second can really adjust really quickly the animation that you're working with. So I need to make an arc, so I need to kind of think about an arc. And I could make a new layer and actually draw it out, but I want it to kind of bounce back and forth like so. So I'm going to take the exact animation that I already have, because I know that it works vertically up and down, and now I'm going to use that vertical to move it horizontally. So I'm just going to take that exact same frame, just literally move it over to the corner of my little window here, jump to my next keyframe, and you can see with my onion skinning, it kind of tells me where I'm going. So the red is kind of where I've been, and that kind of blue, or I guess kind of lime green color is kind of where I'm going, right? So kind of follow along with those little complementary colors there. So I'm just going to move this, kind of making a little bit of an arc, and I don't really need to move the middle one. It's kind of already in the middle as it is, so that's pretty much good to go. So let's just switch here. So I'll finish that arc, move these ones kind of sideways, and I know that it already works. That's the best part, because I spent the time making sure that it works in one dimension, that being vertical. Then obviously it's going to work if I move it horizontally as well. Makes things really easy. So yeah, I'm just going to move these over here like so. Yep, and just drag him there. Okay. So at this point, the animation, again, we know it works. You can see along with my kind of the trail of my images there, my onion skinning, where things are. But I want to make this kind of lean, right? It's kind of coming in. So in between the nodes that I normally would use to like squash and stretch here, if I put my mouse, you'll see it changes, and I can lean it just like so. Gives it some really nice kind of almost like speed. It looks like it's kind of coming in hot. So let's grab this here, and I'll just skew him just a little bit. Just like that. And I think I'm going to skew the little first ones here, the squash as well, just a little bit. I think that'll really add a nice kind of dynamic range. Now, because I'm only going in one direction, this isn't actually going to be able to bounce backwards quite yet, but we're still going to take a peek at it here real quick. So I'll just load that up, I'll turn off my onion skinning, and hit play. And there it goes. Right? Same animation, everything's good, you can see it moving, but I really want it to kind of go back and forth. So to do that, I'm going to go ahead and I need to, basically I'm just going to copy the exact same panels that I have, and I'm going to let you take care of most of the work on your end, but I'm going to copy these out. I know I've got kind of frame 17 here, so I'm going to want to extend my timeline to accommodate basically double the frame. So I'm just going to kind of just lock that in real quick here. Looks like, let's do one more. Okay. Alright, so there it is. So I'm going to take my frames here, I'm just going to hold down Shift and grab that, and I'm going to copy my frames. And you see right here, we've got our copy right there. Grab that, click here, and then I'm going to right click and paste into my timeline. Skip one here, and paste. Just like so. Now, that's all good and fine. But it's there's definitely an issue right after I paste, because I'm just pasting the exact same thing. So again, it's not really going to loop back on itself, right? Once I paste it, it's kind of going to cause an issue where I need to kind of go back and forth, right? I want it to kind of springboard back, forth, back, forth. So you can see how here it comes, and again, I'll just kind of play through it real quick for you. So 1, 2, 1, 2. It's the same thing over and over again. So what I can do is actually click on these keyframes, select them, and then click and hold, and I can actually drag and move them around, and depending on where I move them, that keyframe is now in a different place. So if I were to reorganize them, theoretically, it can move from the left to the right, and then from the right to the left, and I could start to get kind of a cool bounce going on. So I'm going to leave you with that, not let you actually see the final product. I'm going to let you make the final product for yourself. So go ahead and work on making a ball going horizontally and vertically, back and forth, back and forth. Next time, we're going to go ahead and introduce how to make the ball move in dimension, so in the third dimension. So not just back and forth and up and down, but also on that z-axis kind of coming at us as well. All right, cool. See you next time.